Tuesday, the 4th of February, was devoted to an interesting, hopefully educational, and very thought-provoking discussion on baptism. This was made more so because in the group we have at least 5 different denominations represented. Gail was right on target when she said that if we were all from the same denomination, we would only hear that particular denomination's point of view. It was an interesting conversation. In summarizing our discussion, I am going to provide several links on the web page. I strongly encourage everyone to take a few moments and read them. First, the phrase I was trying to remember is from a German Lutheran theologian whose name was Hubertus Meldenius, and it was written around 1627 during the 30 Years' War. He wrote, "In the essentials, unity; in the non-essentials, liberty; and in all things, charity." A link to a short discussion of that quote is on the website, and I recommend that you start by reading it. Next, I'll bet that you will all agree with Dr. John MacArthur and Dr. R.C. Sproul when they discuss baptism if you read their discussions. When I read MacArthur's comments, I thought to myself, I agree with him. Then when I read Dr. R.C. Sproul's comments, I thought to myself, I agree with him. Here's the kicker. They were on completely different ends of the spectrum. One of them is not in favor of infant baptism, and one of them is in favor of infant baptism. How can it be that I agreed with both of them? Well, in 1 Timothy, Paul wrote, "Great indeed is the mystery of godliness." And I've just told you, in the essentials, unity; in the non-essentials, liberty; and in all things, clarity. There are several additional links to articles on baptism. I'd suggest that you read them for your own education. Our Savior directed us to baptize, not as an issue of salvation, rather as an outward public sign of inward transformation, renewal, and rebirth. Just because it's confusing or difficult, and there are varied and very differing opinions on it, does not mean that we ought to ignore it or sidestep it. In the essentials, unity; and in the non-essentials, liberty; in all things, charity. We'll move on next week. Hope to see you there.